Good morning and welcome. I am Trudy Guyton. I am the founder of Uncaged Woman, and I help women break toxic cycles, find forever love, and ultimately design a life that they absolutely love. I wanted to share something with you this morning. I just got off of my early morning call on Monday mornings at 7:30 in the morning. I lead a group call called Soul Rise. And this morning, something really wonderful just kind of came through, dropped in. So, just let me give you a little background here. I want to talk to you about surrender today. I want to talk to you about the infinite intelligence of the universe that is a part of you. So, stick with me because this is going to be really good. But I want to give you a little background. So I started leading this group 3 years ago, and it was a paid program. And the very first year that I did it, I made a commitment to myself and to the group that I was going to allow source, energy, infinite intelligence, universe, God, spirit, whatever you want to name it, to just speak through me. And I was not going to come with any agenda to the calls. I was simply going to be a channel. And it was a beautiful year. And I have to tell you, there were many, many times when I wondered, would I get a message? What was I going to teach about? What was I going to talk about? I have this whole group of women, well, it was women that year. The next year I opened up to men, and now it's opened up to men as well. But I had this whole group of women waiting for me. They had paid for a program, and I was surrendering completely to whatever was going to come. And that year was magical. It was absolutely beautiful. The messages that came through were right on point. There was always a message for someone in the group that said, "Oh, that one was for me." It was exquisite. The next year, my ego kind of stepped in and went, that was a little unsettling. It was a little bit of a free fall in trust to just know that it was going to come. And even after a whole year, you'd think that I would be like really secure in it, but I still had doubts, right? Isn't that our nature? I still had doubts. Would I have anything to talk about? So ultimately, throughout the weekend, I would have a little bit of anxiety thinking, I really need to create something to talk about. I'm a planner, but I didn't. I stayed surrendered. Well, the next year, I didn't do that. I planned. I went on and I mapped out an entire 52 weeks, and I was following the yellow brick road, and it just lost its spark. It's not that the content wasn't good, but it lost something by doing that. So this year I opened up Soul Rise to all, men and women, and it's a free offering now. Because what I see in the world is how much we all need to learn how to align with the vibration and frequency of love, to set the intention to see things through the eyes of love, to live our lives like this because it has ripple effects. And so I went back to surrendering. Now, I'm not going to lie, there are definitely weeks where I get a spark, I get an idea, and I go, oh, that would be a great thing to talk about on Monday. And then I kind of go with it and I co-create with spirit on those. But let me tell you what happened this morning. I went to bed last night with no clue about what I would talk about today. And I woke up this morning and I still, no idea. And instead of jumping out of bed, I sat up. You can see I'm in my beautiful 23-foot RV. Her name is Freedom. As I'm venturing into this nomadic lifestyle and trying it on, deciding if this is for me or not, what's my direction and path. It's a trust. It's a trust. It's a surrender. And so I am looking out the window. I'm sitting and I'm looking out the window at the beautiful trees, beautiful, huge pine trees. And it comes and it comes. And I jump out of bed and I hit record on my computer and I create and I download this meditation as it comes through me. And I'm going to put a link to the meditation below so that you can listen to it for yourself. But the gist of it was that we are made of the same energy, the same infinite intelligence, the same loving energy that makes the sunrise, that turns the caterpillar into the butterfly, that opens the morning glories in the morning. So why do we force? Why do we feel like we need to force an outcome? Why do we attach so strongly to an expectation or an outcome that it starts to create a desire inside of us that pushes us, that drives us, sometimes to the level of resistance? We create resistance because we're trying to take control, make it happen, force it, make it happen faster. Instead of simply allowing, instead of surrendering, instead of trusting, and ultimately instead of having faith that this is divine timing and our lives, just like the sunrise, just like the sunset, just like the morning glory, everything is happening in perfect divine timing. And when we follow our intuitive nature, when we tune in, when we trust the process, when we release any attachment to the outcome because we trust that ultimately it will be better than anything we can do on our own, that is when magic happens. That is when synchronicities start to happen, doors start to open. We get these incredible, pleasant surprises. We get the spiritual downloads, and it all just it just rolls out at our feet. It's amazing, but we have to have faith. Faith is having that trust and that belief even before you have evidence. That's a big challenge for me. I want evidence. Is it working? Is it not working? But then we start to gather evidence for all the reasons it's not working. Very rarely do we see evidence that's working when we're putting pressure and we're forcing something. That creates an energetic field of resistance of its own. So today and this week, I invite you to listen to this meditation that I created. I invite you to just surrender, to absolutely let go of all attachment to outcomes and open yourself up to the possibility that it gets to be even better than anything that you could conjure up, that you could create in your own mind. It gets to be even better. Trust the energy that creates the beautiful sunrise. Trust infinite intelligence, God, universe, source. Trust, have faith, and have an incredible week. I'll put the link below.